Hello guys, so this is Dante and I would like to show you some real Pokemon cards and then some fake Pokemon cards so you can distinguish them from each other, and so that when you are buying from a reseller or someone who is selling their collection, you will be able to spot the fakes and you will be able to verify which ones are real. And I will show you first some obvious fakes, some that you can spot right from the get-go, from the front. So this is something that some fake printing looks like, and you can see the like a star-ish symbols all over the cards. This is a fake like hollowish pattern that I have seen also on Duel Masters cards and maybe Yu-Gi-Oh cards and maybe some other. And this is a pattern that you will never see on an original card. That's like the first big tell. But also we can look deeper. I hope this video will be in high resolution so you can actually see what I'm seeing, because it's very different from real life and the video what you see, and that's very important from the very important in the second step that we'll go to later. So first you can maybe see a little bit the background on the card itself, like not the writing but the background behind it. It's like a little bit low quality, low res. You can't really see it on the video. It is like a hazy pattern, so it's not easy to see, but it is there. It is low quality, and that's how you can say that this card is not real, apart from the hollow pattern. And also the writing here is a different font from this, for example. And usually Pokemon cards just have one type of font. It's also bold and not bold, but it's like the one font. I believe some cards, or the old ones, also have multiple fonts, but I have never seen a font like this on a Pokemon card, on an original. So yeah, you can see the hollow patterns everywhere here. But then we have a card that does not have an obvious hollow pattern like that. This has multiple other things wrong with it. The first thing that will pop into your eye is probably this. The card centering is just way out there, which can happen, but it is very rare. And there are multiple cards like this in a batch of fake cards. And also the hollow pattern, I believe the hollow is actually okay, but if this would be hollow, no, the hollow is kind of okay actually. It's mostly the centering, and then it's the quality of the hollow. As you can see, it has like a pattern of itself. It's not like a I can't feel it. It's very smooth, and that's also like a giveaway. But yeah, this should not even have some ridges. It shouldn't, so that's good. But you can see like the quality of it's kind of like low-ish, but sometimes Pokemon have different hollow patterns. But this just looks kind of weird because of the centering. So let me look next. Also these cards, like I have never held older 2014 cards in my hand, but this just popped into my eye. Like, why is it so like, it looks different on the video than in real life. It is like one tone, and also the yellow borders are they are less yellow than the other Pokemon cards, the real ones. It is very hard to see in the video, but I can see it clearly in here. Like it looks like all the colors have been like 1 or 2 degrees less saturated than they should be. And also, like you see the edges here, it looks kind of weird. Sometimes I have seen Pokemon cards look like this, even originals, but this just doesn't feel right, right? Yeah. But these are not like the best giveaways, but it is something to note. Let me see some of these are all fakes, by the way. And I will show you in a moment why. Also this right here. Like I know this should be an older card, right? It's 2010. But this is like as if someone made like a copy in their machine of a card and then just printed it on a paper, because you can see like why is it like black here, a little bit darkness, then it's like too dark here. It looks kind of weird. It looks like somebody scanned a card and then just printed it. That's what I think when I see this. It doesn't strike me any confidence. And here, like, what is this whitening? Why is it there? It should not be there. Also here, the border, like, it's weird. The colors are off. Okay, moving on. Let's go. We have Kabuto. This Kabuto actually looks good. Yeah. 2009. Level 33. This is evolutions or no? I'm not sure. Oh, everything looks good. Also, what is this? This picture here. Interesting. But yeah, I don't see anything too wrong with this card on a like fast first glance. Okay, let's just move a little bit deeper. Another the hollow pattern. Another like less colorful borders and all colors. This one bats entering, and but other than that, it's okay. Porygon, the hollow pattern, Meowth hollow pattern. Burmy, this one. And this is actually okay, but what is this? Seb the Cloak is way different letter, way different letters. Also here, this font has never been used, I believe. Like, why are there 3 different types of font on a card? That's weird. Same here. This Leafeon, again, like, what are these colors of the borders? It's just off. And very easy when you see a GX card that does not have a hollow pattern, right? It's just a smooth card, and just print it. You can see it. It's printed on a piece of paper. Okay, let's move. Let's just jump into like a middle of the stack. Venusaur. Again, like the older cards are pretty easy to spot, like they look off. But if you have never held or seen proper older cards, then it's hard for you to tell. Also, this is like a recent-ish card, right? 2017, and it looks good. It's just a common, right? It looks okay, and there's like nothing wrong with this card. Actually, this is a good card. Like the borders are too yellow, I would say, but other than that, I would say this is our original card. Let's look on some originals now. And these were from the same batch of these fakes, so maybe I still put in some fakes, but I believe not. You can see like the cards are more neat. There is less like overflow, there is less whitening in the borders and in the background of the card itself. But you can see there is also like a different writing on the description of the card than in the ability. But I believe this is a real card, and we will get back to it in a moment. Why? This is also a real card. It's just a common, very neat. Let's just go through them a little bit faster. Also, Pokemon cards come in non-hollow, reverse hollow, and then hollow, which are the most common. There are also different types, but let's just talk about these ones first. This is a reverse hollow card, and you can like see the leaves in the pattern when the light shines through it. So this is a reverse hollow Among Us. And yeah, the card just looks good. So there are some scratches on the reverse hollow. Actually very small ones. So that's good. Okay, let's move. Golbat. This is kind of like the yellow is a little bit. No, it's actually good. Yellow is good. I have just gone through such a big amount of cards that yeah. Another reverse hollow Metapod. You can see the leaf and the leaves in it, but not all reverse hollows have like a pattern. They just will be reverse hollow like this box, and the inner borders will be holographic, but not the picture itself. Yeah, Murkrow. These are all real cards. There is a holographic Obstagoon, very scratched, but it's good. It is also like a rain dots. pattern inside it. Oh, it's nice. And I will be returning these cards because to the seller, because I am not interested in having fake cards in with just a handful of real ones. Like, this has no value for me, but it's good to go through them and learn from this experience. That's why I'm making this video, so that everybody can learn from what I have bought. This is kind of interesting, this pattern. I believe this is a real card. 2016, I am not sure. I did not do my research on everything here, but I just wanted to show you. This energy is interesting, a little bit like to the left, and also where the borders, you cannot see it in the video. That's crazy. Like, I can see it clearly with my eye, like the top here and here. It's like low resolution, right? I'm not sure if it should be like that, like this right side is like shaded. Maybe it should, but I don't know, this looks fishy. But I believe the card is real. Also, this energy looks okay, scratched as hell. So let's get into it, why I think these cards are real. Because of this background. This is how every single Pokemon card almost looks like, right? And what is very important for the originals is the border, the blue border is very distinct and you can always see the line. I have noticed this is the most important detail when separating fakes from real cards. And also, the second, a very small detail but important, is when you look closer to the Pokeball, you can see like this upper arch, the inner upper arch here, is like, it is a little bit faded, like the light is going out of the Pokeball, but you can see the line clearly. The line is clear, like you can see the arch. Let me use actually some tools right here. This arch, right? And on fakes it will be very low res, but some fakes are like very good. Like the back side of the card is actually high quality, but this will be hazy, so you will see the low res here, and sometimes you will see the low res also like around the whole black button thing. It will be like pixely a little bit, but sometimes not. So this is like very important. Also the borders are important, and also the colors are like the most important. I noticed the Pokemon logo sometimes on fakes, the yellow insides are way too yellow. You can see on the originals it's like a little bit faded yellow color. And also, what is like the third most important thing is the Pokeball itself. It is like a little bit shaded red, and most importantly, this bottom part is white, but it is, you can see like this part is it has like a shade falling on it. Then it's like a little reflection here and a white reflection here, but it is like shade of gray. It is not white. And on fakes, right? And we can like just scan through them real quick. Also, guys, sorry for my English, right? I have not spoken English for years. Also, yeah, you can see all the cards are the same, right? Yep. The back side, like there are different wear quality, but they are all very distinct. Borders, the same color of the Pokeball. This is like the first thing that pops into my eyes, the color of the Pokeball. And also like the border with the color of the Pokeball with the color of the writing is like something that I have seen so many times that when I'm quickly going through a pack of cards, I can see already, like they pop out. I can see which ones are real, which ones are not. Okay, what is this? And now for the obvious fakes. So this is actually a really good example, because this is not so easy to see for somebody who doesn't know Pokemon cards, because I was also like, I always sort them fast based on their back, and sometimes I put these into the real ones, so then I sort again the real ones from the better fakes, let's call them like that. This backside actually, so first, the border is actually very clear, right? Maybe here it's less clear. Yeah, this is a nice example. See here, like the blue with the background here is going into the border a little bit. Actually, in real life not, but on the video a little bit. But let's take a real card. Where did I put them? Here. And you can see the difference, right? This is very distinct, and this is like just overflowing together. It's, yeah. So that is a very small and important detail. Also, the yellow color is a little bit faded here, more than on the original. The original is like orange-ish compared to this fake, right? Okay. And second important thing about this fake is the white of the Pokeball is way too white. It's too the exposition is too sharp, also making the black way too black. And also, as you look closer, the arch is not faded and it's not clear. You cannot clearly see the line. It's very bad. Compared to the original, I'm putting side by side. You can see it, right? Here. This is clear line. And this is very faded. Also, like you can see it. Well, I can. You can't really. All the inner lines of the Pokeball, the black, the higher exposition just made the black too dark, and the white is too white. Like this is not good. Also, this reflection just disappeared here. You can see this is way too exposed. I mean, lightning exposition is too high. So yeah, and also the more obvious ones, the feel, like this is like a cartoon. I don't know how you say it in English. Like it's not as smooth as the original backsides. It doesn't reflect light. It's like more dim, right? And you can just feel the card is different. It's not smooth. And I don't even have to talk about this, I believe. Yeah, that's a giveaway. And the colors are just off. I believe all of them are the same, kinda, these fake ones. And you can see it, right, like the different types of fake. Let me see some other cards. This one, this is actually a good fake, kinda, I would say. This Tsarina, right? And now in real, as I'm holding the card, I can see that the picture itself is a little bit weird, like the quality of the picture is not okay. On the video it might look good, but I see that in the printing process it was not as precise as the original. Also the background, the inner background is just like a little grainy. It should not be grainy like that. But that is something that you can overlook. Also the font is okay, the font is good. So you can say this is original, then you look at the back side and the border is not distinct from the background of the card. And the inner arch is hazy. So if I would tear this card, I'm not going to. I already tore some to make sure. Then we would also see the inside of the card, like it's just a not quality paper. Here you can see the centering is just so bad. Also the colors, also the border just overflowing. Execute. Yeah, it's not good. And yeah, that's it for the common ones. And this guy just gave me some cards that I was instantly hooked to look into. Also, what are these? What are these card protectors? These are for like credit cards that we used back in the day, and he just put his cards in. And yeah, this is what sometimes people do. He just didn't know, I believe, right? It's just he was a kid back then when he collected cards. This is a real Rillaboom, and how I can instantly tell is the flash. You can see how one line here, one line of flash, second line of flash, third line of flash, and there is another one here, right? Like it has multiple lines of flash going 45 degrees like this. This is how you know the card is real. Also these V cards, I don't really like them, but yeah, it's a real card. I will not be putting it out of the cover. The background, you can see very nice distinct edge for the border. Also the Pokeball, the inner arch is clearly visible. It's not overexposed. We can see the reflections, the good colors. Yeah, this is a real card. And also, I believe other cards that I got hooked by are real, like this Evolution Magnemite. That is just 2 cents on card market, by the way, so that's unlucky. But yeah, I was not sure about the front because I have never held such old cards in my head. I was like, oh, this is why it is so full yellow, like the border is actually overflowing into the card itself, but I believe it's just because this is Magnemite, right? And his background is like that. And if you look at the back, it's good. It's just an original back side of the card. Very good borders, good exposition, good arch, good writing color. Everything is good here. So this is original, I believe. But let's look at the card that made me sad, the Mew. This card from the front is just looks good. Yeah, I think everything is okay. Also, the writing here is different, like the letters, but I believe the same is on the Magnemite, right? The font is different, but I think this is okay. But when we look at the back, you can see it's very uncentered to the left, but that's okay, that can happen sometimes. But you can see like the color, it's just fading with the background of the card. That's not good. Also, where is the reflection? Nowhere, because it's overexposed. This is a fake card, so it's just fake cards mixed in with real cards, which sometimes makes it hard when looking at the photos. You sometimes can't tell, and I hope this video will be good enough quality for you to see what I'm talking about. And even if not, you will just follow the steps I talked about for the border and for the colors. The border is like, it will pop out. It will pop out. Also the colors will pop out. So it's important to look at real cards, just buy some on the shop and then you will start comparing. These are all real cards, I'm showing the backs. This one's bent, sad. Yeah, and let's look at the fronts. So, Gordy, you can see like the grainy pattern. Also, it has like a pattern, you can see it when I move it like this. The grain and the hollow has like a pattern of itself. You can see like I don't know, like some fruits, right? So that's how you know this card is real. If it would be a fake, I just know bad fakes of cards like this that just don't have the grainy effect. They are just smooth and they have like some hollow that goes from top to bottom, like a line like this, maybe 2 lines, but it's like top to bottom hollow effect. It's very, very poor. Okay, next, Volcarona. You can see multiple hollow lines, 45 degrees. That's very good. That's the original hollow. And we can see the pattern itself. You can also feel it if I would touch it, if I would take it out of the sleeve. I'm not gonna do that right now, but yeah, this is very... I hope it's visible in the video. It's a nice card, actually. I like this Volcarona. I have not seen it before, right? This is my first time seeing this card, basically. Now Mimikyu VMAX, multiple hollow lines, 45 degrees, very nice. These bends. And also the pattern. It is also important to note that the original, the ridges on the card itself, the pattern that you can like touch, it will follow certain parts of the Pokemon, right? You can see it goes this way on his antenna, on his ear, then it goes this way, it follows his antenna, then it follows his head like this, and then it follows the background, right? It's like multiple levels of the ridges on the card. And I will maybe make a video about even more deep fakes that are very hardly distinguishable from the real ones, and they will, for example, this card, if it would be fake, it actually can look good, the backside, and it can look good for the hollow pattern, kinda, and it will look good for the ridges. You'll say, oh, it has like a pattern on it, like it's a real card, but it will not be a pattern like this. It will not follow each part of the Pokemon and the backside of the card background. It will be like a one pattern that's printed on all other cards. It will be not it will have nothing to do with how the drawing itself goes. It will be its own thing. It will be like a flower, for example, that goes from the middle to every side or something like that. I will make a maybe separate video about it. And this is really hard to tell if these are fakes or not, but because I believe this is so easy to make fakes of, but nobody is, as far as I know. I have not seen right now fakes, but you can see it's just like a simple hollow, but it's only on the background, only on the car, and it's just not on the Pokemon, not on the trainer, and that's how you can say it's more quality hollow pattern. That's harder to do. Yep. And there's a beautiful Flareon, also art rare, I believe, and the background and his eyes are holographic. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching.